All right, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen.
For the tube, what up, tube?
What up, tube?
All right, it's been a little while, but we is back.
Nice.
Together.
Rocking and rolling.
Rocking and a-rolling. All right. And last but certainly not least, for the pod. In 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to another episode of
Business Bros.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? Hernan C. is here, host of the Business Bros podcast, where my goal is to help you create wealth today and generational wealth for tomorrow, along with my co-host,
The Insurance Bro, James C.S., where we are effectively... helping people effectively add insurance into their existing businesses. Yeah, we talked a whole heck of a lot about that quite a bit this week. Man, it's been a super exciting week. We don't have a guest today, so I don't have an intro to read, but welcome to the show, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. We is back. So happy it's Friday.
So happy it's Friday. You know what? You're going to be my guest today. I haven't seen you in like a few days.
I'm the guest?
It's kind of weird.
That means I'm going to get to talk?
Yeah, but you didn't write your own intro, so...
Coming to us from Pipeline Insurance, please welcome to the show, James C.S. I had to give myself a little something. Yeah.
All right, no.
Too funny.
The reason why I was thinking about the whole guest thing is because we had a pipeline event yesterday, right?
Yeah. Dude,
so
dope.
I want to know. I wasn't able to make it to that event.
Lame ass.
Well, you make it too early. I don't get out of work in time. It was your fault. I know, not really.
Whatever.
Kind of
it
my
is
fault
what
too.
it is.
But anyways,
Oh,
you know what I noticed about the laugh track, by the way? The clap track.
the clap track, yeah.
They don't show up on iTunes and stuff.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So
What about the bomb drop?
no, it's
The bomb drop doesn't either?
So on iTunes and Spotify, when we play those, like it's weird. Like you hear me talking, then whoop, and it's like pure silence, and then we're like, we start talking. Yeah. So it sounds kind of weird.
All right.
Got to figure out how to do it with the Audacity thing. I don't know. Maybe it's because the audio comes from Audacity. Anyways. So we'll figure that out later. So I did want to know about the pipeline event. How did it go? Like, tell me some details. Like, I saw that we had quite a good turnout.
We had a great turnout. Big shout out to everybody who came on.
I saw you went on a selfie spree.
Went on a selfie spree. Made sure to take a selfie with everybody. Anita was like, "Man, your brother would be so proud." I'm like, "I know. I'm trying to do it." And then I got back to the office and like I recorded one of the stories, you know, like I recorded. I was like, "Yeah, we had this awesome event. I'm pumped. It was great. It was awesome." Like this whole spiel. And I guess my thumb was like just to the left of the little button.
Never actually hit record.
Because I never hit record. And I tried to do it again, but like the mojo was gone.
I know.
And I was like,
dude, sound is good. Hey, dude. So technical difficulties are huge this week.
They're hitting us, huh?
That the other day, the day before, you had an event that you went to. We'll talk about that one too.
Yeah.
With the carrier reps, and so I did an episode where I talked about the equipment. And I had to do it twice because I did the same thing. I did the whole episode the first time, and I didn't, I'm kind of, not the tech guy, the producer guy. So I set up the Facebook Live. I set up the cameras. I was all happy, and I'm ready to go. I started doing the whole damn show. And then towards the end, I'm like talking about how we try to make this show like seamless and make it look easy. I was like, I know all we got to do is like flip the switch. And then when I looked at the Focusrite, I was like, I never flipped the switch.
Never flipped the switch.
So
yeah,
I
guys,
did the
it's
whole
super easy.
show.
All we really have to do is flip this little.
Yeah, exactly, dude. And so I looked at it and I was like, holy moly, like, well, that totally sucked right there. And so and it's funny.
Easy. All we really have to do is flip this little. Doesn't it kill like your momentum and everything?
Well,
like
but it was still fun. It was like a practice run, I guess. But
I
hopped on the Facebook Live and I see Mom and Jeff and a couple other people are like, no sound. Like,
they tried to warn you.
But they tried, but I wasn't even able to look at that. I was like trying to do too many things at one time. Epic fail, dude. So don't feel so bad.
My bad. That's what happens when I don't show up.
I know.
That's what happens when I don't show up.
How else am I gonna learn, dude? Like I gotta learn, and that's the biggest thing, right? I failed, right? But that's okay. I made a mistake. All I did was say, okay, well,
wait.
take two.
Did you fuck up?
I fucked up, dude. I fucked up. Speaking of fuck up nights, right? That was a good one right there.
I got
Coming
you.
up on Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. On Tuesday, come out. I'm going to be emceeing the event. We got some great guest speakers that are going to be out there talking about their biggest fuck ups. So check out our last example on our Instagram page at Business Bros Pod. You can hear my biggest fuck up, and it's a little mini series that we put out there explaining my biggest fuck up and the story that I had. So you guys can check that one out. The best thing about these events, we kind of talked about this with Vidal and Jeff the other day, who are the what do you call the people, the organizers of this event, right? And so it's an awesome place, a vulnerable place where you can come and experience what it's like with people who have the similar types of fuck ups in their career and how they're making it better, how they improve, right? Same thing like that happened to me just this last time. I made that whole episode. I stood there like an idiot, did the whole thing, walking around, showing you the swag, showing you all the equipment, everything, and realized that I didn't flip the switch, right?
Remind me, who are our guests for Fuck Up Nights this week? I
know 2 for sure. I think it's Viviano Orepesa's one,
Mm-hmm.
Francisco Pancho Lopez is the other one, and I know Jose was getting sick, so I don't know if Jose confirmed or they got a third. I'm not exactly sure on the third one, but I know the 2 for sure. So come check it out. It's going to be a great event. You guys can network with some people. That's the best part of these types of events. You meet all kinds of people in different walks of life, different success rates. Some of them are just getting started. Some people are at the pinnacles of their career. So you guys want to come check that out. So anyways, I was talking about the mistake, right? So I messed up. I didn't flip the switch. I didn't turn it on. It was my epic fail. We're so close. By the way, I think this is actually episode 400, dude.
What?
This is episode 400. And after 400 episodes, we still make mistakes. Like, we still have things that we mess up on. We're going to fuck up every single day, and that's okay. I'm okay with messing up because it's just part of what we do. That's how I get better. I learned what not to do, right, by continuing to do it. And then I had to just suck it up and do it again. So I went and did the Facebook Live a second time. This time I made sure the audio was on. I had the Facebook chats open so I can see the comments that were coming in. And I did the show all over again because that's just how we roll. Like, it's okay to mess up. Dust yourself off, rub some dirt in it, get up and keep going, right? Fix, adapt, modify, and keep going. It's the consistency factor that makes a difference. All right, speaking of keeping going, so tell me about this pipeline event, dude.
Keeping going on the pipeline event. Sorry, I was just posting everything on the
Facebook
comments so that everybody can check out how and where Fuck Up Nights is going to be this week and our awesome hosts and guests. Hopefully.
Perfect.
Pipeline event, super awesome. Definitely a great turnout. A lot of pipeline agents showed up. And all we did, the big thing was really sharing the vision, sharing a lot of productive or practical tools to help our agents get to the next level. We shared a lot of the things that we talked about in Texas when we went out there. We shared with the team our real vision for the future, what we want to do, the things that we want to help people accomplish, and how we're going to do it. I shared our new mission statement because the mission statement changed. That's actually something that I guess I can kind of touch on a little bit. It's a really cool thing that I've learned that these business plans and things like the mission statement, they're living documents. We can change. If our focus changes, if our mission changes, then we need to roll with it. We need to adapt. The company needs to make those even foundational changes. When it came right down to it, I told everybody at the meeting, I was like, I don't even remember what our mission statement was before because it was generic. It was, we're going to connect people, we're going to connect agents to people.
It sounded good, but it didn't mean anything.
It was fluff, man.
Yes.
It was fluff. But now I don't even have to think about it. Like, it's there. We are empowering licensed professionals to effectively add insurance into their existing businesses. You have a business, you've got something going on, you have thousands of tax clients, you have hundreds of real estate clients, lenders, you guys are, buyers, whatever it is that you've got going on. You have that book of business. You don't want to learn insurance. Don't worry. You don't have to learn all of the ins and outs and the how-tos, all you have to do is get licensed.
That's it. 52-hour course, 1 week of school, 2 days.
1 week of school.
1 week of school.
3-hour test.
Boom.
Done.
And you're done. We do all the heavy lifting for you after that. We even help you, dude. I mean, it really comes down to, I mean, James is one of the instructors for the crash course. So you're gonna hear from James himself at the crash course, teaching you how to take the test, giving you practice questions, telling you how the test is gonna try to, juke and jive and
Test
trick
writers
you.
are jerks.
Yep, because that's what they're gonna do, right? But we're gonna help you get through all that stuff so that you can get your license, and then once you get your license, we're going to do all the hard work for you. We contact your client on your behalf if that's what you want to do. We have a bunch of different options at that point, but it's all about getting you that additional income. You need another spoke in your wheel, and we're there to help you get that spoke.
Yep. And so we talked about the three ways that we're going to help people become successful. Our goal is to have 100 agents making $10,000 a month.
Each one.
Every single one. 100 agents making $10,000 a month. That's our goal. And we're going to do that by doing these three things. Number one, make it as easy as possible for people to submit and write new business with us. We have and are continuing to improve upon the easy button for insurance. That's what we're doing. We are building the easy button for insurance. You want to get your license and make some money doing insurance, but you don't want to sell the whole thing? You don't want to learn the whole thing? Cool. No problem. Get some basic information for us. We got it. We'll take it from there.
You know what's the beauty of the easy button that we're creating, though? It's the easy button with a person behind it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's something different. There's easy buttons out there. There's companies like Esurance out there that, you fill in information and boom, boom, you got the piece of paper that you want. But you don't, where do you get the questions answered? Where do you ask, something changed in your life, something changed in your finances, you moved, you're getting square footage. You have a building that you thought you're gonna occupy, but now you're renovating. Like, how does that affect, right? How does that affect my insurance policy?
Love it. Yeah, I mean that really leads into number two, the second way that we're gonna do it, which is making sure that we make each referral and lead as profitable as possible through education. The best tool at our disposal is education. We pride ourselves in being an education company. We are the type of agents that want to educate your customers on why they need the insurance that they're buying. Yeah, sure, you have to get it because the California law says as a driver on the road, you have to have insurance, right? You have to have auto insurance. If you're going to get a loan for a house, the bank says you have to have insurance. If you want to hire employees, the state says you got to have workers' comp insurance. If you want to rent a space for your business, landlord's going to tell you have to have insurance. There's so many things that you have to, and it becomes a box that you check. But how many people actually understand what they're buying and why they're buying it? And I teach this over and over and over again. A lot of times people will jump on the website, they'll go to Google and they'll say, I need insurance, auto insurance, whatever, and they get this little slider. And the slider, if you move it to the right, the price goes up. And if you move it to the left, the price goes down. What do people want?
They want the low price.
They want the low price. And so they move the slider all the way to the left. They have no idea what they're buying. And
now they're at risk.
They're at risk and they don't even know it. So we use the power of education. Why do you want that slider not to be on the left? Why do you actually want the slider to be on the right? Let's talk about all these different things that you're exposed to. The number one question that I always ask, the sales trick that I use. Did you know, and thank you, Anita, by the way, for this one. Mm-hmm. Did you know that driving your car could cost you your home? People are like, what?
What?
Yeah, driving your car could cost you your home if you don't have enough coverage. And I go through and explain how exactly that works. Power of education. Why are you buying an auto insurance policy? The state says you have to, but if you got assets to protect, you better cover your assets.
That's right. CYA.
So that's number two. And number three is retaining customers by providing the best service and support possible, which means, as you were mentioning, calling them every 6 months or every 12 months when their policies are coming up for renewal and saying, hey, has anything changed? Any babies being born? Any dogs that you've adopted? Any plans to move? Any cars or whatever? Anything that you've changed in your life? We want to get that touch point. And by the way, if you are a lender partner for us and they're getting ready to purchase a house or they're interested in refinancing, guess where we're going to send them?
Right back to you.
Right back to you.
So it's a great way for having a third party communicate to your clients for you on your behalf. Not to mention that if you're licensed, you're getting a check. You're also going to double end it when they come back and need those additional services.
Yep. And on top of that, the whole thing, the whole purpose of this is to make you, the lender partner, look like a rock star. We're going to show your client that you care enough about them to send them to a company like us, to an agent like us, that's going to provide them the best service and education and teach them why they have insurance, not just sell them a stupid product.
Yeah. I mean, that it's a commodity. You can get the products pretty much anywhere, right? It's easy to get a policy. Which one you should be getting and why it applies to you, that's the rub right there, right? That's where the big difference comes in. So, that's exactly what you guys were talking about at the pipeline meeting. This is what you expressed to all the
This is what we were talking about. Yep.
Dude, and how did it go with them? Like, how did they take it in? Because I'd imagine most of them, a lot of them have existing businesses. This is, insurance is that second part to their business. We're effectively adding insurance into your existing business, right? So, what was the reception like? Did they, one was when you were first initially dropping it. The other thing is when you guys were actually socializing after that, right? And talking to everybody. How do you think they
honestly, the conversations that I had afterwards were some of the best. I mean, it was just so cool to listen to. A lot of the agents that were there are new to the agency. And so it was really cool to introduce ourselves. They were meeting us in person for the first time, some of them. So it was really cool to get the FaceTime and to show that it's not just them at home or in their office, wherever they are, by themselves, trying to figure this all out. There's a team of people that are all working towards the same goal, and there's an infrastructure, there's a team behind you that's going to help you get to those goals. So there was a lot of really, really good feedback from everybody. There was a lot of, hey, I'm really happy that I came out here. I'm really glad that I got the chance to meet you guys. I really love what you guys are doing. Everything that you guys are saying really fits in with my goals. It aligns with who I am, and I'm really, really excited for the next few months.
Dude, that's awesome. Because the energy that and the culture that you create in that company is going to be the difference between in my opinion, the difference between having a successful company and not a successful company. We talk a lot about being happy, and that's one of the things that in the office, I notice when we do those Thursday calls with Melina Palmer and the Brainy business, right? Mm-hmm. And so they're video calls, just like this, just like we do on the podcast, except Melina's running the show on that one. And James and I aren't always in the same location, but I can see on the webcam where he's at when he's at the office on these calls, and behind him is the staff, and they're going back and forth and they're talking. But you can see that it's a fun environment in there. Like the staff actually likes being around each other, and they have a good time, and they're being productive, and they're getting things done. And we're seeing, we use this thing called Pipe Drive to kind of monitor our sales process for policies that come in. And in Pipe Drive, there's three colors, but two mainly that we're really concerned with. It's red and green, right? So if it's red, that's not a good thing. If it's green, that's a good thing. And so, when we look at the boards come up and you see them start off at the beginning of the week and they're red, and you look at them on Friday and they're all green, it means everything's moving in the positive direction. Things are getting done, and the culture is fun. It's productive. It's everybody, like you said, has the same vision and is on the same path, going in the same direction.
Those 3 points that I was talking about, we have them posted around the office now. This is what we're doing. We're effectively we're empowering licensed professionals to effectively add insurance into their existing businesses. That's what we're doing. Why are we doing it? Because we want to empower others to create wealth for today and generational wealth for tomorrow. Our big, hairy, audacious goal, 100 agents making $10,000 a month each. How are we going to do that? 1, 2, 3, right? Those 3 things. And it's posted all over the office.
And it's clear.
It's clear.
It's clear. Which means, by the way, if you guys ever had any type of goal setting things, if your team knows what you're working towards and is clearly, easily attainable, like you see where to go. It's kind of like at night, right? If you're at night and you have all the lights off and you can't see where the door is, chances are you may or may not get to the door because you can't really see where you're going. But if you have that one beam of light, even if it's a star coming in through the window and it shines a light in that one direction, you might not be able to see the rest of the room. But if you can see the doorway, you're gonna get to that spot. And that's what the clarity of vision is right here. This is what we're talking about. What we're doing, why we're doing it, how we're doing it is a clear little beam of light that we can see. It's our North Star. It's pointing us in the direction we're going to go. And as a result, we're going to get there.
That's right.
And that's the beauty of it.
It goes back to Earl Nightingale. Right? It goes all the way back to Earl Nightingale. Man.
I haven't heard that one in a while.
Yeah, I haven't heard it in a while.
I'm going to play it tomorrow.
Earl Nightingale, The Strangest Secret. Look it up on YouTube. I literally used to listen to this 25-minute audio piece every morning. And it talks in there about a ship. A ship without a course plotted is just going to float around and it's not going to get anywhere. It's going to wind up crashed into some deserted island. Who knows, right? It's not going to get anywhere. Derelict. That was the word, derelict. But a ship with a plotted course where everybody knows where the ship is going, where it's supposed to be, the direction that you're going to take. If you need to go around a particular storm, you know exactly what the plan is. Everything's already there. And that's what we've created. That's what I'm really, really excited about.
The course.
We've plotted the course. We know what we want to achieve, and we know the steps that we need to take to get it. And it's a tight enough guideline that everybody who is within the organization knows where we're going, but it gives them plenty of room to grow into that. It gives them plenty of freedom to take whatever their role is in the company and make it their own. That's one of the things that I really, really empower and encourage among the people in our office. This is your role. This is what your job is. Make it happen. Do what you need to do to make it as easy and fun and enjoyable and effective as possible. If you hate your job, I'm not doing my job right. Mm-hmm. If you hate what you're doing, if you hate coming to work, I'm not doing my job right. Because I'm here to make sure that you have the growth structure, right, and the room to grow, and just you're really taking advantage of it. So one of the things, actually, just kind of something that I did today, I spent $8 on the company money for a little. Wait.
Now you're telling me? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I tell the accountant afterwards. Hi, Pam. Thanks for saying hi. I bought a Happy Bell.
Oh, ding, 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 ding.
It's a little ding,
is
ding,
it like
ding,
a cowbell
ding, ding.
type? Or
No. So, like, we're in an office. It's like a shared space. There's, we got neighbors. The neighbors already know we're loud. Like, we're in there laughing a lot and, joking and coking and having a good time, I mean, we get our work done. Don't get me wrong. But we laugh. We have a good time together. But Angelica really wanted some kind of a bell,
like a tip bell or something,
like,
right?
Like when we bind the policy.
Yeah.
When we bind the policy, she wanted to ring a bell, like, woo, we won this one. And so I remember the ones that we had on the ships, the ding 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 ding. But I was like, you know what? That one might be a little loud. So I found I found a desk bell, the ding.
Yeah.
So there's that one. And but this one has a happy face on the bell.
Nice.
It's a happy face, so it's the Happy Bell.
That's a Happy Bell, and that's what happens when we close.
When we close a piece of business, we're gonna be like ding 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 ding, and I'm gonna be posting that stuff on Instagram. It's gonna be cool to have that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, dude, anything to like encourage your team to get a win, right?
Hi, Stover. Thanks for joining us.
It's a win, and it's not even a huge win, but you celebrate each win, right?
Yeah.
You celebrate each one. Like, it just gets you that motivational factor. We talked about it, like, helping people get out of debt, right? And we structure all their debts, and we knock out the little one first, right? The smallest debt first. Why? Mathematically, it's not the best answer, right? It's not going to save you the most time, or it feels good.
Yep.
It feels good to win. And that's what this is all about. This is about setting up that culture, having that clear vision. You said a little while ago how what we've set up in that office, and I don't even say we because it was mostly you. But I mean, we had our little retreat. We put in our 2 cents, or literally 2 cents. 98% goes the other way. But what we've set up there is a clear vision, but you allow them to have the flexibility to kind of do it their own way, right? So when you said that, like, I was thinking, okay, you give them flexibility, you tell them it's free, they're free to make it their own, to make it fun the way they want to, but they're still limited to the path that we've laid out, right? Like, they're still limited to, you still have these forces. This is still what we're doing. This is still why we're doing this. This is still how we're doing it. It's just you get to play with the little technicalities of it, the little tactical things of it. So in our cases of pulling in policies from loan officers, well, how do you want to communicate that? What form exactly do you want them to use? What landing page do you want to use? How do you want to market this to the agents? What kind of events do you want to put together to promote these stores? Like, they get that kind of flexibility, but it's still within the same space of what we're doing, why we're doing it, and this is how we're doing it.
And this is how. Yep.
That's kind of cool, dude.
It's great. And so much has come from that meeting that we had in Texas, where we finally all came together and discovered what our vision is, and then taking the time to listen to audiobooks, listen to all kinds of new audiobooks, and just be constantly learning and applying and applying and applying and applying. So it's been really exciting, man.
It's cool, dude. I heard something the other day where you get praised in public for what you practiced in private.
Ooh,
you know what I mean? Like,
nice.
I was like, oh, that could be, and it's pretty much anything, right? Like, nobody sees the grind of, when we're in Texas and grinding out and like sitting there for hours trying to come up with, these types of structures. And then, the all the time that you spend listening to books on people who've already built them and how they built their stuff. And I know, different mentors that you reach out to and talk to, and all the hours of putting in, creating the coursework for all this stuff so that the education platform's there. Like, nobody sees all that stuff. But when the success is there, when it's implemented and it's working and you're all of a sudden, they're like, wow, how did you build this? Like, they're gonna praise you
one step at a time.
They're gonna praise you for what you did in private. You can do it in the physical sense too. Like, you go to the beach, take your shirt off, they're like, damn, that guy's ripped. Yeah, but they're praising all those muscles you did, but they don't see the hours and the sweat and the everything that you're doing at the gym every single day. They're gonna praise you in public for what you do in private.
Shout out from Pam. She loved that quote, by the way.
It's true. That's the way
quote.
It is. And every entrepreneur works the same way, right? Like, everybody wants to be that successful. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, I know that ever since I got my chance to be on a stage or to do a little bit of public speaking, like, it's fun, dude. Like, I get to thrive. The podcast has allowed me to do that, right? And so
I feel like we didn't even talk about that. Wasn't that this week too?
That was this week. And that was
Tuesday.
That was Tuesday. Damn, time flies.
I know, right? That was. How much time do we got? Whatever. It's our show. We can go as long as we want. We're coming up on 30 minutes, but I guess your turn to be on the spot. How was your experience at Resolution 2020?
Dude, that was so fun, dude. I got to meet some great speakers. I had the NLP section with Kyle Redford. Dude, that was dope. I got to seeing somebody on stage, right? And today in my mindset is different than other people. Like, other people went there and they're like, they're going to learn something specific. They're going to learn from the top producer panel in whatever strategies and tactics that they're doing. They're going to learn at the NLP session, and they want to get better at whatever it is, managing, thinking, mindset, whatever it is that they're focusing their attention on. When I was there, though, I was paying attention to, like, look at this good speaker. What is he doing that makes him a dynamic speaker. And I'm like, look at his footwork. Look at, I'm paying attention to like, how's his hands moving? Like, what is his energy like? What's the tonality in his voice? Like, when does he elevate himself and get all excited? And when does he slow down? Like, to emphasize a point, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, and I'm looking at it completely different. So for me, I'm like, when I listen to public speakers now, I'm looking at it from a whole new dynamic because I want to elevate my game, right? Like I started listening to some of the podcast episodes that we do again for myself to study myself. Like, what am I doing? Am I bringing enough energy every single day? Am I asking good questions? Are there certain stories that I feel resonate well with the guests or with other people? Where's the feedback coming in so that I can get better at that, right? Because I want to be able to tell the stories when I'm on stage and stories that hit people like right in the jugular, right? Like they get them in the heart so that they feel it. And have the same epiphanies that I've come across, and then be able to take that emotion and point them in a direction that's going to give them something constructive, something positive and motivated in their life. And so like when I went to this event, like hopping on stage, I thought I was going to be nervous, but it was just fun. Like, you know what I mean? And I think, honestly, it comes down to doing a show like this every day. Like, yeah. Talking on here every single day, doing the Instagram lives in the morning every single day, and meeting people, asking people questions. It's opened my eyes to like, dude, I love, when it comes to my whole dream of fame and fortune, like my fame is going to come from helping people through this kind of medium, right? And it was funny because I was talking about it on the Instagram live the other day, and I was actually talking with Charlie Price, and I was like, why is it that I get up at 4:20 in the morning and go to the gym? Like, why? And I was telling him, I go, I can be the superficial. I can give you the superficial why, because I want to look good. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want to feel fit. Sure. But I got to dig deeper in that. Like that would get old fast, right? Yeah. Like you'd get over it. Like, oh, okay, I'm fit, I'm good, and then like let it wear down. I've done that before. I've done that a number of times. So why is it that I keep getting up at 4 in the morning? It's because I want to be better than everybody else. Yeah. And I was like, that's asshole-ish, right? Like, but the truth is,
you're competitive as hell.
I'm competitive, but it's more than that. It's if I do it consistently every day, that means I set the bar up here. And then when I talk about what I'm doing, it has more relevance because I'm doing. Right. Like I can talk about podcasting from this level because we do it every single day. I can talk about, going to the gym at this level because I do it every single day.
Can I brag about the podcasting that we've done, by the way, since we're here on episode 400. Yeah. Episode 400. Woo! 400. Our guest on Monday, Mr. David Meltzer. This is somebody who is pretty high up on the social media ladder, I guess. Yeah. Right,
on the motivational coaching, on the entrepreneur status, on the podcasting stage,
all this stuff. It was so cool to have someone of that caliber on the show. And Hernan got a call from his agent.
Yeah, their agency,
their booking agency, the very next day, and essentially Dave goes on these shows and. Can we talk about it?
I think so. I don't know. He didn't say he couldn't.
All right, he didn't say he couldn't. So basically, he goes on the shows, and afterwards, he'll rate the show on a level of 1 to 10. And the agency will only reach out if it's a 7 or above.
So we at least got a 7.
I
don't know what the actual score was, but
that's saying something, really from somebody who, like David, who's as high up on that totem pole, if you will. Yeah. It's really cool.
And this is my exact point on why I get up in the morning, right? David the bar's way higher than where I'm at. I hold the bar high, but he's got it even higher. And I'm always looking up to people. We always look up to people who are doing what it is that we want to do.
Truth.
He even mentioned it on the show. He's like, when you pick a mentor, pick somebody who's in the seat that you want to be in, because that's who you want to aspire to be like. And of course, whatever it is they're doing, you're going to want to do it on a regular basis. Right. So, and I kind of related to like Catch Me If You Can. Remember that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Of course. I love that movie.
Okay. So when they ask him, like, how did you teach that class? When he came in and he came in and pretended to be the teacher, and he was the teacher for like the whole semester and taught the course. Like, how'd you do that? He's like, all I had to do was read one chapter ahead, and that's it. Yeah. And that's my point, right? Like, I'm not the most physically fit person, but I'm consistent enough that you want to be the person that gets up with that consistency factor. So what do? You listen to the person who's doing it on a regular basis, right? And there's a lot of us out there that go to the gym in the morning, but I'm going to connect with some of you, and you're going to want to look up to what I'm doing consistently. Some of you are going to want to get into podcasting, and guess what? We do it every single day. So when you look for help, who are you going to reach out to? You're going to reach out to us,
that guy,
right? And as I help enough people elevate themselves, I, in turn, get the bar set higher and higher and higher.
Right.
And that's why I do it every single day, because I want to be better than you.
Damn.
So that I can help you elevate yourself.
Damn. There you go.
Right? So it sounds asshole-ish at first, but you got to dig a little deeper. I do want to be better than you, so I can set the bar a little bit higher and then reach out, give you a hand, and bring you up.
There you go.
That's really what it comes down to. And if I'm consistent every single day in doing it, I'm going to get better at it. I'm going to be that mentor that you're looking for, and I'm going to reach my goal of fame and fortune. That's what I want. But it takes work. Like, there's no easy button for doing something excellent, right? Nobody who's ever created anything of stature, anything of value, has done it easily. It always comes with work.
Takes a whole hell of a long time to get rich overnight.
Hell yeah, it does. You might see it as overnight, but it took years. And like I said, people will praise you in public for what you do in private. All right?
Awesome story. Just on this last note real quick. Pablo Picasso, years and years and years ago, was drawing something on a napkin sitting at a cafe. He's drawing something, and this lady walks up to him as he's about to throw this napkin away. She says, wait. Don't throw it away. I'll pay you for it. He goes, okay, $20,000. She's like, what? You were about to throw that away. It took you like 5 minutes to draw that. He says, no. It took me 60 years to draw that. Puts it in his pocket and walks away.
But that's the thing, right? He can do it in 5 minutes on a napkin because he's put 60 years of work in.
Exactly.
And that's the difference, right? I can get on a stage and have no nerves and just be able to talk because I've done this every single day for 400 episodes.
400! That's amazing, dude.
That's crazy, dude. We're that much closer to the 1,000 that I'm after, dude. We're that much closer. 40% of the way there.
40% of the way there. 600 to go.
600 to go.
All right, people. You're going to have to deal with us for 600 more episodes. Hope you're enjoying it so far.
That's all we got for you guys today. Peace.
Bye-bye.
And we're out. Later, Facebook.
Bye-bye.